live?
I think so.
We're just flapping our jaws
I
here.
know. Who knows? I think we are. Let's look. Why aren't we?
Oh, technology.
You know,
I had it was all
we're
green dots everywhere.
Right.
Yes, we
Yeah.
we
are.
are we're live.
We did
I,
it.
I was gonna say, Jeff, he's got to get good at this at some point because I think
Yeah,
we're
he
about
got
to
it.
hit our
He
2 year
nailed it.
anniversary. 2 years.
And, and he's still a struggle bus every day. Every day we are a struggle bus.
Oh man,
But we
Mid
did it.
middle of October. I don't know how that happened.
I know.
Right.
Man, this year has been rocking and rolling. So,
It's
but yeah,
so fast this
Where's the
year.
yeah,
tunnel?
it is. Yeah. So we're on. We're sure we're on.
We are. We
We
are. I
are.
was trying to get to the comments. I'm struggling. So if there's comments and we don't respond to it,
We're
it's
getting there.
because Mike has messed up what page we're looking at again. So
But it's at least on.
we
So,
are on. We're excited to be here. We're excited for the month of October,
yes.
except for the wind. Everything else is awesome. So
I'm
Yeah.
enjoying the
welcome.
cooler temperatures,
That's
but
right.
the wind can go away.
Hmm. Wind hadn't been that bad here, but yeah, cool temperatures. We've been down to mid 30s in the morning last couple mornings. So yeah.
Yeah.
The
We've
dog
been
makes a real quick blast back for the door when you let him out in the morning to go to the bathroom. He's like, "Whoa," and comes flying back up into the house. Like enough
yeah.
of that.
We've had it's been windy enough here and we've been so dry. You can
Yeah.
really see the dirt in the air coming off all the harvested fields.
I was
That's
gonna
right.
say, yeah, they've been cutting down corn and everything around here too. And boy, yeah, the air's itchy eyes and sneezing and all that kind of
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's been so
It's
doggone
about
dry.
tell everybody to turn their pivots back on just to keep the dirt down.
Keep the dust down. Yeah.
Man,
Watering the wheat for next year.
no.
Man, you got called out already on the comments, Tony,
What for?
on the awesome color of your shirt you're wearing.
Well, I wanted to. I was trying to decide what I was going to do for Halloween this year. So, Jeff, here's what I'm thinking. I'm going to be an N-scale modeler that works at a Nebraska hobby shop. What do you
Nice.
think? Wouldn't
That could
that
be good.
be,
That'd be good.
yeah,
That'd
yeah.
be I thought you were gonna go for the favorite son when you first started that. So.
Oh, that's no Halloween. That's oh no, yeah. Thanksgiving, I could pull right up next to Dave and Deb there at the head of the table, probably and get away with it.
Oh
Oh,
man.
which
But
I
an
did.
N-scale modeler, you can't go wrong, right? You
Yeah.
can't go
Well,
wrong. You're gonna
maybe.
get noticed. Right? I just like
Wait till you see these N-scale tunnel motors. Have you
I know
gotten
I
those?
can't.
Oh man. Yeah, they're
I
beauties.
popped one out of the box
Oh,
myself. So it's pretty awesome.
they are incredible. They are
Yeah.
incredible. And you guys were just at I don't know if you were, but I talked to Kevin U. Daly this week, and he was at the Mopac Rio Grande get to the convention or
Yep.
their annual meet in Pueblo, Colorado this
Yep.
past weekend. So how was that? Did you guys get to go to that or was that
Yep.
Dave?
I was there. So
Oh,
I was
okay.
there with my buddy Chris and we're hanging out.
Yeah.
So yeah, Kevin and I had a good chat for a while. So it was pretty fun hearing his story, his how White River came to be. So
Yeah.
that was pretty awesome. And you can definitely tell he's into rail fanning and stuff. So that was pretty neat. So
Absolutely.
it was fun conversation. So
Very cool.
but man, it was a neat convention. So
uh, I remember there was one that was in Iowa, and this is years ago, where a bunch of the roads were together. You remember that? I can't remember
mm-mm.
if it was in Des Moines. This was probably 15, almost 20 years ago. And it was a whole group of the different historical societies. And yeah, it was one of the neater meets I remember going to. Let me see here on my we'll get our pictures going. We're going to start with HO.
Oh,
Oh, looking awesome.
Man, these I've had a lot of people talking about them, and these
I
came
forgot
in.
Atlas was doing gallery
Yeah,
cars.
I kind of had too. And these rolled in, and I saw the box. I'm like, oh yeah. And boy, are they snazzy. These are HO scale, and this is the Metra pair of the push-pull car there on the left, and then the regular car on the right. Been running these all day with Metro MP36. Boy, the detail's just
Nice.
spectacular. See the wipers on them and all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're fully lit. They have that nice, like, greenish tint. You can kind of see it there in the access door on the end. In both DCC and DC, you've got flicker-free lighting for the interior. And then these top lights on both sides of the door are the red marker lights that work when it's the tail car. And then when it's a head-end car, these lights up here and down here come on, if it's running that direction. But boy, they're really nice
That's cool.
metal knuckle couplers. That Metro plate is a separate piece on there, separate grab irons, really nice smooth runners. They really look good. The silver finish
Yeah, they
is
do.
That's awesome.
really nice on them.
So
And
what's different? What's different here than what's coming from Rapido on the gallery cars?
I don't know enough on them. I don't know if
Okay.
these are older, newer,
Okay.
or same prototype. I don't know.
Yeah.
Metal couplers, I remember, as I mentioned, and they have like this pivot for
That's
the
cool.
coupler thing, which I was running them on 22.5 radius Kato Unitrack, and that they you'll see this kind of pivots back and forth. You can see the spring on it, so they stay nice and snug in the straightaways, but then expand just a little bit going around the curves,
Hmm.
which was kind of a neat thing. But
That's cool.
boy, it's a really, really awesome set of cars. I'm sending this bunch over to Justin Sobeck in the St. Louis area is going to review these for me in Model Railroad News. But those just rolled in, and man, as I say, they've got the tinted glass in them. You can see all the
Yeah.
separate detail parts, separate boards, and they have like, I can't remember if those are hand railings. I've kind of seen
It's
inside pictures. What is that?
it's the upper floor railings,
Oh, okay.
handrails.
But those you can see through really well in the with the illuminated cars, interior up and down on both. But they are
Nice. Yeah.
very nicely done. I think those rolled in here in the last week. I don't even know what all the samples I got are both Metros. I don't know what other road names they've got, but I assume you guys have got those coming in. Those are HO
Yep,
from
they'll
We
be
do.
here in a short while for us.
nice. And man, oh man, got a box of these
Uh,
from ScaleTrains,
Yeah.
N-scale Tunnel Motors, and I've already
pushing the
got what's that?
pushing the N scale to a whole new level.
Isn't it though? I mean, you say that a lot with N-scale, that boy, this isn't what N-scale used to be, but these are just unbelievable. My assistant editor, who just welcomed their baby girl
That's
over the
awesome.
weekend, Isla Renee, was born to Shane Mason and Brooke Mason Saturday evening. And I went down, visited them Tuesday afternoon, got to see
Oh,
her.
that's awesome.
And
Awesome.
so really awesome. That's their first baby. Uh, but
A
he was
new
saying,
model railroader coming, or
well, I asked, like when I was there, I mean, was 48 hours old. I said,
yeah,
is she like done decoder installs yet? Is she
Yeah, right.
decaling?
yeah,
I
right.
got some work.
And
Yeah,
yeah, I
fine motor skills.
mean, yeah, really. And he said, not yet, but I'll check back later this week and see, but probably so.
That's
Uh,
awesome.
but he was saying how good these are. And then again, I mentioned Justin Sobeck, one of my other reviewers, was talking about how awesome these are. And we're sending a couple of these to Clem Harris is going to review for us. If you know Clem out in
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Albuquerque,
Oh yeah.
that he and everybody is just raving about them. But boy, they really are. These are knockouts.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, wow. I mean, more than I would have expected.
Now you're
But
making me want to get more than I pre-ordered.
I think
Ugh.
that black finish, and I've seen some of
Oh,
those
that's awesome.
pictures. I think it was the poor old Rock Island that was just about out of business there in the mid 70s when these were new, having to deliver these to the Rio Grande, and you'd see these sitting, on their way out of the Chicago area. So I've seen these brand spanking new, and boy, that black finish, I think it's just tremendous. It's
Yeah.
got
Yeah.
just enough sheen to it and everything. It does look like a brand new example, but wow. And then this I just thought was you can almost read the leaser
Yeah.
plate.
That's crazy.
And I
That's
love the frog hanging, the
Yep.
re-rail
right.
frog here, and the warning stuff. The extra ACI label is a separate piece, but man, yeah, these are unbelievable.
Super nice.
Makes me think about N scale. Maybe I could do N
It,
scale.
it's you could do it, Tony. We'll bring you on.
Yeah.
The thing is, once I get the couplers out of it's tough for me to do. You know,
Yeah.
I don't have the hand-eye coordination to do it, I think. And
Well,
this is a later, you can see the bump on the dynamic brake is a later SD40-2 in the Kodachrome SP. And man, you can see the conduit there between the air conditioner and going back to the antenna there on the plate. I mean, wow. And the lighting works on it. The only thing I think I had my assistant editor mention on one of them, he had one of the late Union Pacifics. I think they've got a cab roof beacon that is not. That's one of the only light features that don't. Everything else does. This is the innards, and you can see the LED lighting. There's no wiring between the shell and the loco itself.
Yeah,
Really? Now I've not
that's
gotten,
nice.
I will confess, I have not gotten this back on yet. Because see the little sander lines? Yeah, I'm trying to get
Yeah.
all four of the sander lines off to the side to get it back down on its shell and all that kind of good stuff. But boy, the detail on it's just stunning.
that's
Man,
awesome.
that's cool.
And that's first time for
Don't paint too fast, huh?
shouldn't paint
Yeah,
so fast. Yeah.
Shouldn't paint so fast. That's right.
Nice
They're pretty
looking.
awesome though. That's
Yeah,
a
it
cool
is.
paint scheme.
It really is. But yeah, it's like I said, I was really, really impressed with them. And there's the whole group is out there. Some late UP, including red and yellow sill, speed letter, Southern Pacific as well. But man,
That's the one. Yeah.
they are really, really nice. Then you guys, you got a couple of this is what Fox Valley uh N-scale rack
that's right.
Yep.
in
We
the
got
rock,
6 new numbers on that. So
and that's in stock right now.
that is in
Yeah.
stock. Yep. So we got all 6.
And then
Yep. Got a new
the
coil car.
HO coil car in the Rock is a Spring Creek exclusive,
Yeah,
and this is the kind of revised tooling
Yep.
that's been done on these.
that
With what?
new the new
How,
weight is really
yeah.
cool.
How many do you get in that, Jeff? Is it two?
We
Is
got
there one?
we got 6 numbers on that.
So you
How
got
much weight?
six,
How much
Oh, the
seat?
weight. Oh, you get 2 of those.
two of
Yeah,
those weights, yeah. And boy, that's nice. It's even got the kind of the ridge there for the banding. You could put a little black on that to make it look like the band that goes around those.
yeah.
Yeah. Boy, those are sweet.
That is really cool. That's
And speaking of Intermountain, Chris
numbers.
Palomares was Ray Arnott's guest on the most recent What's Happening, where we talked about new products. And Chris went and explained on all this kind of the pad printing stuff. Because, you know, you guys had some of those what, FGDA hoppers
Yep.
Yep.
that we had a few months ago that we talked about. And there's this new group of cylindricals. And he was talking about the different printing and those processes. So, really fun interview with him on Around the Layout podcast. And I think you guys are going to be our guests for recording next month. For the November show is going to be kind of a holiday, you know, gift thing
Yep.
on what kind of
Yep.
stuff, because you guys have a little bit of everything in the shop.
We
So
do. Yeah. And then we're going
yeah,
to be hosting our Deshler Express again here coming up December 7th
yeah.
here at the shop. So we'll
Hmm.
be hosting in-store sales and everything. So definitely, if you're around the area, come on down that 7th, and I guess Jeff and I and Glenda will be around, right?
Yep.
So and be hanging out and answering questions, just talking away on model trains too,
Right.
right?
Oh,
Yep.
So
cool.
yeah, and then that see what kind of discussion we can have on gifts for kids, right? We've been
Oh
moving
yeah.
some train
Yeah,
lines lately and stuff,
Yep.
so that's been pretty fun. So
very cool. Are you guys doing anything for Halloween? Is there?
we're
Nothing.
gonna
Nothing. Well, trunk or
trunk
treat.
or treat.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
on the 31st, we'll be doing trunk or treat. So we'll
Oh,
have our little G scale train running around delivering candy to the kids that show up at
oh,
the
cool.
store. So and be doing that.
Yep.
So that'll be fun. Do that again. So
You know, whenever you try to call these guys, you can
that's what we're
We're just
shop.
doing.
watching TV.
You could shop online or you can call. There's a phone number there. And man, you know, the fun I'm going to have with this picture. I don't know when this picture got put up on Facebook or wherever, but I immediately thought, "Oh man, I'm going to have so much fun putting stuff in the TV." So here you go. If you ever call and try to get a hold of Mike or Jeff and they can't seem to answer, they're probably watching something like the Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, which is one of my favorite
Yeah.
Halloween
Yep.
movies.
Yep.
So yeah, there you go. That's probably what's going on. And
That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
yeah.
Did you see the story behind how come that picture happened?
No.
So we kind of we get mom and dad to stop at different cameras, right, as they're out traveling the countryside with the, going to train shows, and
Yeah.
we try to like, hey, go out to the right, no, go like 10 feet this way so we can get you in the picture, right? And so we'll take
Yeah.
pictures of them watching trains, from the store that we're spying on them. And this time they're in Deschler, Ohio, right? And we
Oh
start getting
yeah.
texts like, hey, check us out, pull up the camera. So I start pulling up the camera and I see mom. I get the camera and I see mom out there kind of wandering around, which is pretty normal when we pull that up. And so it's like, yep, no, I see you. Yeah, we'll get you a picture. And so then I start watching her and she starts waving dad over. And dad starts walking. You can kind of tell that he's coming. And all of a sudden you see him in the picture and they're both looking at their phones. And all of a sudden they turn and get their phones out and look up at the camera that we're looking through, looking at them, and they're taking pictures
There's
of
of
us
us. Yeah.
That's
watching
wild.
them watch
That's
trains.
wild.
So
That's very
It's pretty
cool.
fun. They were laughing pretty hard. It was
oh, it was
fun.
pretty awesome. So Jeff was upstairs when that all went down. Glendon and I got chuckling so much downstairs, I had to yell at Jeff to come down and look at it. So
That's very cool.
It was
That
good.
it was a
virtual
fun
It
one.
was
railfan
fun.
stuff is fun. That's always fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm working on, I know you guys have done are helping with what are you've got the one railroad park that's not that far away from you
Yep.
with the depot and such.
Yep.
Uh
Belvedere. Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. And this is here in Plattsburgh, Missouri. This is was the old Santa Fe depot.
Oh, that's awesome.
Santa Fe left in 1980 or so is when that line came out. This was the main line, of course, is south down through Kansas City. This line jumped off the main at Henrietta and came up to St. Joe. And the depot is still around here in Plattsburgh and doesn't look much different than that actually right now. And we're the local Clinton County Historical Society is trying to raise money to save the depot. So you can go to
That's
Clinton
awesome.
County mohistoricalsociety.org and find out more. And it's actually walking distance from me. And when I say walking distance, I'm talking walking distance because my idea of walking distance is when I go to Dollar General, as I get out of the car, the automatic doors are opening because I got to park close enough that I walk right in.
Yeah.
And it really is.
Gotcha.
It's right around the corner there.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
it would be fun to, yeah, I'd like to see that
Yeah, that's
happen.
fun.
So that's pretty
There's
cool.
a
What are
Facebook
they gonna
page for it
do
too.
with it?
They're talking about restoring the inside so people can come in and see. It was an auto parts place for a
Oh,
long
cool.
time. I used to get my car worked on there
Hmm.
forever and go in to get a jug of washer fluid and that kind of stuff.
Right.
And it's kind of been just sitting for the last few years. But they're talking about getting it restored enough that they could, do tours and people could see it and trying to get some kind of equipment like a caboose or maybe something in the future to be parked there. So
Oh, that's
be a fun
awesome.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So
That's
yeah,
super cool.
The Belvedere's got the train watching park, and uh, so our grandpa was a depot agent for the Rock Island, and he had what was a double desk?
It was a double agent desk, so it was
Yeah.
two-sided.
Oh,
So we ended up our mom ended up donating that to the Belvedere
wow.
train watching park in their depot. So we hauled that up a couple. I got some pictures be going out on Facebook probably next week. So once we get all those done and get that showing off that desk, but it's fun saving that history, right?
Yeah,
Because
it
like what
really
you
is.
guys are doing there in Plattsburgh, it's if that building goes away, that the history of the Santa Fe through Plattsburgh goes away.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at least for the general,
Visually,
yeah,
yeah.
visually the
Yeah,
general
yeah.
knowledge of it, right? So,
And so many depots, for years seems like depots are around, but
hmm
Mhm.
it's been long enough now on a lot of those kind of lines and such that you got to start looking like, oh no, that got tore down or
yep,
yeah. So, but would
they're
would
neat
be would be
buildings,
neat.
and
Yeah.
if you take care of them, right, they're an awesome building for, you always see banks in them
Mm-hmm.
or like a chamber of commerce.
Yep.
Yeah, you see
Yep.
that all
Yeah.
over, but it's good stuff.
So yeah, who knows? So what shows you guys got coming up? I know we're what now about a month from Train Fest in
Yep.
Milwaukee, but
We
this is
are.
big time
So,
show season.
yep, next weekend, we got two again. So Dad will be headed to Forest Hill, Texas for the Red River RPM
Oh,
down there.
2 days this
It's
year.
a 2-day show this year,
mm,
Friday and Saturday. And then I will be going with Mom up to Shakopee, Minnesota for the Great Train Show.
Oh,
And where's
That's
Shakopee?
it's part of the cities, but it's on the southern edge, kind of along I-35 there.
Southern suburbs.
Yeah.
Cool.
At that one's at the Canterbury Park. Um, let's see. After that, I think it's a couple weekends off, and then we have another double weekend. So then I will be doing the Mid-Continent region and or RPM, which is in Benton, Kansas.
Oh, it's the next weekend.
Oh, it is next weekend. So it's back to back, not
Yep,
2
second
weekends
and
off.
third.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's November 2nd, 3rd, and also November 2nd and 3rd is the Oklahoma City Train Show, which Mom and Dad will be doing.
Yep. We'll be there, and then the one after that would be Milwaukee Train Fest.
Right.
And then we're doubled up that weekend also. So I will be at Albuquerque that
Wow.
weekend for a train show down in Albuquerque. So
wow,
Yeah.
wow,
yeah,
wow.
we're tapping some friends to help us out to get through this all. So
Yeah, it's pretty nuts everywhere we're going.
yep.
That's awesome
Still
stuff.
busy in December too. So right after, that Train Fest weekend, I guess that next weekend's Thanksgiving, but right after that, we're doubled up with Deschler Express, right? Mom and
Right.
Dad are in Collinsville. So it's kind of a crazy ride here. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Everything's kind of on top of each other this year. So
yep. And then we'll be back in Springfield, right? Back in Amherst, Springfield.
Amherst for you know. Yeah, I saw John Sacerdoti posted something this week about getting,
Yep.
like the welcome kits or other stuff out. And it's like, oh, it wouldn't be that long. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy to be thinking we're going back out there for that. So but that'll be fun.
Late January, always a big show. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
Awesome stuff.
So we've had some fun stuff here. Not crazy exciting for everybody, but we think it's pretty exciting that Jeff's been just plugging away like crazy, getting stuff out on our website again. So we got you got all the HO locomotives. You're working hard on Rapido right now, I think.
Yep.
Right?
Getting Rapido caught back up.
Yep. Getting all our current inventory of Rapido HO scale out there. So I think you got all the tangent.
I got all the tangent. Yep.
All
And
the
I
scale
got
trains.
no,
Nope, not ScaleTrains.
not
Yep.
ScaleTrains, Moloko and Class 1. And then N-scale all the locomotives except the tunnel motors, but they just showed up yesterday. So
Yep. So we're giving them a little grace on that. Just like they just showed up. So.
I'll be getting to them as soon as I finish this Rapido, which should be tomorrow. I'll be onto the newest stuff that showed up.
Yep. So we'll be trying to highlight that a little more. So we're probably be posting a little more videos of different things that have come into the store, different things that are on the website. So
Cool.
And
I saw the tree, the scenery section.
Yeah.
It said refresh. So have you been planting new trees over there? Or what's going on?
Yeah. Yep. We use that aisle there so we can keep them contained, right? But I like it. I hadn't thought about that. But yeah, no, we were working on our scenery section. We had, our trees. Trees are tough, right? Trees are, just like anything, it's pretty personable, what you want for your layout. But we kind of went back through talked to several different customers, right? And made some decisions on what we would stock. So, and obviously we can get anything, right? We can order stuff in, right? But there's only limited amount of space, right, to stock everything. So, but I think we've done a decent job on getting a good variety in there. We didn't show the other side of that wall, which we probably should have. Maybe we will in a future post, but we got a bunch of bridge abutment, chooch flex walls, right?
Yeah,
Some of the woodland scenic, tunnel portals, all that kind of stuff. So pretty much anything you need to build your layout, scenery-wise is back there in that little room. So we keep trying to make that better. So
Busy. I always check that one back room because you got that one shelf of there's always a few odds and ends things that I look over. Yeah,
there's 2 shelves now back there.
there's
some
2
awesome.
shelves?
Yeah,
man.
there's 2 of them. Yeah.
It gets picked through. It's pretty crazy watching guys.
That's our scratch and dent.
It's scratch and dent.
Yes, the
zone over there.
Yeah.
So
it's a good. Sometimes there's some really good stuff back there. We're kind of surprised some things sit longer than they
do.
Yeah. Or than you thought they would. So
Very cool.
But yeah,
Very
no,
cool.
it's pretty awesome. So it's been fun working on that room and
Yeah,
doing some different
just getting
things
it
there.
straightened up.
Yep.
Right now, it's full of tables full of UP passenger cars.
Yep.
So
Oh
Yep.
wow.
if you missed out, we got our shipments in from Wathers. So
Yep. We still got some there, and I think those are on the web, right?
uh,
Some of them are
partial. There's
heritage.
there's a few that aren't. So we got to
Oh,
get that caught up. That's future project at this moment.
Yep.
So
have you sold out on your Rapido exclusive, that M420, the Iowa Interstates?
we have
Still have a
not.
few of those?
We have mm,
6.
probably less than 10 on each
Uh-huh.
locomotive left, each road number, I should say. And I want to explain, we weren't very clear, I guess, on our decisions on the locomotive. So the locomotive existed in the non-ditch light and the ditch light era for the Iowa Interstate. So we left the ditch lights off, but included them in a poly bag so that you could install them if you wanted your locomotives in the ditch light era.
Nice.
So we weren't clear about that on our listing. I've fixed that so that people know what they're getting. So that hopefully aren't disappointed when they get it because they are very nice locomotives. They run well and they sound good.
Oh,
So
they absolutely do. Yeah, those are, I think they sent me the BC Rail. Didn't they do a B unit?
Yep.
Is that,
yeah,
yeah,
Yep.
the
yep.
pair of those, and yeah, they are very nice. Nice
Yeah.
stuff.
So that's pretty cool to see. Right.
When are you guys going to talk Rapido into doing? Your name always comes up when they're talking. I can't remember. Well, it would be both the GP38s and the Jeep 40s from Rapido. They talked that KCS GP40 recently from Rapido and HO scale, and
Yep.
about two posts down, I see, when is somebody going to do Gateway Western? How about Spring Creek? That ought to be a Spring Creek exclusive. When is this going to happen? So
Well,
you've already been called on for this, I think.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely of interest. It's just at this moment we're not quite ready to commit to
Yeah.
a custom run of that value. We're trying to get caught up with everything that the manufacturers are doing, so that's
Oh yeah,
where
It's
very
we're
always
nice.
focusing right now.
it's always a balancing with all the exclusives. So we got
We have several in the works. We have
yeah, couple
here coming
Nebraska
in on
hoppers.
either at the end of this month or next month. We should have the HO scale bi-level Rock Island auto rack again in 6 new numbers. We have the 2 Nebraska hoppers from ScaleTrains coming. We have a special for beginning after the first of the year for our 25th anniversary that we worked out with a manufacturer. So we have lots of little irons in the fire, and we've been talking about as well as the Kyle car did, which was Chris Palmer's
Work with
work.
that on that.
He kind of
Yep.
did that. We didn't have any. He just said, "Hey, I'm doing this car. Are you interested as a special?" Sure.
Yep.
But it was worked out very, very well that we're looking into doing more Kyle cars.
Oh, cool.
Hopefully, we need to do some research and get some pictures and all that stuff so we can get some neat ones going there. There's been tons of them over the years. So
Dad's
yeah,
got some cool pictures already. I think he's starting to go just through his albums, right? And
yeah,
see if we need
yeah,
to
Wow.
make something happen there.
yeah.
So
We're hopeful to start bringing some of these also to N-scale and not just be HO only.
Cool.
it's all
Wow.
on the timing, right?
Yeah,
Just to make it all happen. So it's the challenge of it all,
Oh, there's
as you can
yeah.
imagine. So
it seems like the last year and a half for a product has just been bonkers
yeah,
as far as the
Oh
stuff
yeah.
coming out. I mean, wow. Lots of great stuff though. I mean,
Oh yeah.
incredible
it is.
time.
You got
So
Yeah.
that new tangent hopper that
the Trinity,
yeah,
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 that's
very
pretty
nice.
cool.
Yeah, the Trinity
Surprised they did it,
the 40
because
yeah.
there wasn't a ton of roads on it
Hmm.
on that version, but it's still cool that they did it.
That's Jeff. That same thing my dad said. Well, I was surprised that David pulled that one and did that. That it's pretty new. I said, well, I think those Trinities actually what Pullman standards out about 1980. So I think depending on what production phase, those Trinities are a little older than you think. But yeah, it's
Sure.
Well, according to his stuff, I think it was
his
late
hit.
80s, early 90s
Yeah,
were the production runs.
Or
yeah,
paint jobs, yeah. Or
Production runs,
oh,
so that
production.
yeah, because
yeah,
Pullman Standard went out of business in 81.
yeah.
and Trinity bought the rights to the design but hadn't produced anything, and then they had enough railroads like the BN said, I really want that car, and
Mm.
they said, fine, we'll make it.
And I
I
think
really
So
thought that.
so it is a little bit different than the Pullman
Yeah.
standard, but for the most part, you're looking at the same car.
Right. I thought the neatest one on that was the patched BN, right? Because you have the 3-line BN paint scheme, but then it's
yeah,
like the logo's just whited out, right? And then there's a white patch with the new number. And
Yeah.
it's
I thought
awesome.
that was pretty
Oh,
cool.
I love seeing all that now. I mean, that's almost commonplace.
Oh yeah, so
Ray
crazy.
Arnott's comment.
Yeah.
What's that?
Oh, Ray Arnott said that must have been Matthew Fricks, the only Gateway Western modeler on the planet.
I don't think it was him. No,
Well,
and then
he
there's
has
that.
he has been definitely working us over to do it. So
Yeah.
it's definitely in our radar. We got to give Rapido a bit of an earful on the
Rediker.
so they let the Omaha, Lincoln, and Beatrice Railroad has a 44 tonner,
Oh,
and they let Hobby Time Distributor
Oh, that's
be
cool,
the
though.
exclusive on it, which is cool that it got
Yeah.
done, but it's like, man, I would have loved to have been that one,
Yeah.
being the
What a
from the
cool-
state. But yeah, it's cool. It's
cool.
be on the
that
lookout
turned
for
out.
that one. It's a fun little paint scheme.
Yeah.
I think they got
We'll have our
four
fair.
exclusives over there.
We'll have our fair share of that one. So that'll be.
Oh, yeah.
that's a sweet little model. That's I
Oh, it's so
just
cool.
got a Rio Grande one of
Yeah.
those, and yeah, very nice, very nice.
Yeah. We need that one in N-scale. So
I don't
I
think
won't-
they've.
I think Bachman actually did one back in the day.
I think
Yeah,
Bachman
and
still
there's
does it.
and there's another. Yeah, I think Bachman's got a new run coming out. But yeah,
Yeah.
they talk. Yeah, you can
never
ask
know.
Rapido. You never know.
No.
Never know. Surprising sometimes the things that do and don't make it across the scale. So yeah.
Well, Ray, we're going to save that question for when we get together with you.
Is there more S-scalers than Gateway Western modelers?
No, I think there's more Gateway Western modelers probably. Yeah.
Than S-scalers?
There
Wow.
could be. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
That's a tough one.
I don't know. I had Michael from Iowa Scaled was asking me something S scale in the last week in an email. I'm like, I don't know. You'd have to ask Mike Ostertag that. He's the only guy that models S scale.
That's awesome.
It's terrible.
Oh,
But yeah.
shoot. Nah,
It's fun
good
stuff.
stuff.
So-
Always fun to have.
So
Fun to
for
do.
those folks that, and I know some people are, in fact, where after I visited Shane and Brooke and saw the little baby this week, I stopped in someplace and they had coffee mugs, a set of coffee mugs with Hello Kitty on them, and my sister loves that. Anything,
Okay.
yeah. So I was like, oh, I'll pick that up because her birthday's coming up. So anybody that is starting to knock out some of the holiday shopping stuff, what about gift certificates and getting that
Yes.
set up with you guys? Like,
Yep.
if I'm not
Absolutely.
going to procrastinate and I want to get rolling, how does that all work?
Yep, hit us up. Just really the best way to do it is a call or email us wanting a gift certificate. Right now we're a little old school still. You get a a PDF copy of it. So and it's still usable on the website. We can make that all happen. But yeah,
It's
that-
usable on the website, at train show,
Yeah,
in the
train
store.
shows, yep.
So
But yeah,
Oh, you use them at
it's
the
easy.
train shows too? Cool, nice.
Yep, just
nice.
bring it in and we'll mark it down, right? But yeah, hit us up, customer service at springcreekmodeltrains.com or call us at 402-365-7628. So
yeah,
it's the best way.
Yeah.
And personal shopper on the other end of the line. So
Glenda does a great job.
Glenn does
Mhm.
awesome at that. And then Jeff and I will help her out when she's got those questions that come that are,
Mhm.
sometimes a little more challenging than others. So
Oh yeah,
And
That
you
happens.
can always save on shipping if you got a show coming up in your area to say, hey, would you bring, I want this, this, and this. And
Always,
I know
yep.
you all have always got a box of special order stuff.
Yep,
sitting.
yeah.
Yep, we bring those. If you call, really, the trailer probably leaves on the Tuesday, Wednesday before the show. So the sooner that you get to us, we get a lot of guys are calling like Thursday, and it's like, oh, I didn't realize they left already. Right? We got to drive there, and then all day Friday we're setting up. So we
Yep.
got to make sure that the trailer gets left in time, and they got time to rest. So, but yeah, call us. We can get stuff ready to go, and special delivery basically. So that's
Exactly.
what it
Yeah.
is.
And now, I had somebody asking me this week about this. Can I get like model railroad news thrown in a box?
Yep.
And they
Yes.
ask about, and I think you guys carry some of the annuals. I think it was the
Yep.
passenger train annual that
Sometimes, yeah.
somebody said if they have those, like, would they take that to a show? I said, I think you
Oh
can get
yeah.
anything. You could get a shirt. You could get
Yeah.
anything that's in the store. You can say, hey, bring me 2 shirts that say, hey, you made it, even if you didn't make it.
Yep.
'Cause I don't think you could legally sell those that say, hey, you made it to Deschler and hand it out
Unless
to
you didn't make it.
somebody
Yeah.
remotely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That don't happen.
Well, I
So
have to get them to promise that they're going to show up. So
yeah, that's the big thing. So
yeah.
there might be some of that next year too. We might be doing some more, especially for the 25th anniversary, some cool things for coming to the store,
Awesome.
right? And
Yeah.
so yeah,
Very cool.
we're
Very
working on
cool.
all that fun stuff. So
Well, there you go. That's October. And I haven't bought Halloween candy yet. I guess I'm going to have to break down, do that.
I know, isn't that crazy? It's hard to believe.
Well, Halloween candy, it arrives right after the 4th of July
Yeah, well,
for
Well,
every
yeah.
place. So
yeah, you're right.
I've been
What's
walking
your
past
favorite? What's your favorite What's your go-to Fourth of July candy?
4th of
my
July
No,
candy.
my
geez.
favorite. Well, 4th of July
Or
candy.
Fourth of July.
I buy candy for every holiday. Yeah, I
Oh,
mean,
I'm talking Halloween candy. What's your favorite go-to Halloween candy?
I would have to say Reese's peanut butter cups.
Oh, good one.
That's a good
Nice.
one.
Mine is.
And when they do the big like Christmas tree ones
Oh
or
yeah.
the special
Yeah.
ones. In fact, my neighbor Sharon will bring I've had her show up at the door because she works at the grocery store here in Plattsburgh. And it's like, where's all the big I want, because I know
Yeah.
these taste even better. I want the Christmas tree ones. And I've actually had those delivered to my door.
Oh my goodness,
Oh,
that's
we
awesome.
got them. I
Well,
got
that's
you. Here's a
awesome.
bag full of them. But yeah,
That's
Sweet.
Reese's
He
peanut
is
butter
the
cups.
favorite. You hear this? He
Right.
is the favorite.
Right.
I love it. What's yours?
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
Ooh, my go-to. Well, Tony's is hard to beat. That's
That's
a
pretty
hard one to
peanut
beat.
chocolate and peanut butter is pretty darn good. So
I'm gonna have to say I'm a sucker for a Twix. I really am.
Oh, there you
yeah. Right or left?
Oh, they don't do that anymore.
Oh, I don't. Okay.
go.
Mine is I'm a hard like sweet tarts.
Oh yeah.
Like sweet
Oh,
tarts or
okay. Yeah.
Smarties.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
All day, every day.
Used to always get those at the bank. You remember that when you're a little kid and you go to the bank
Yep.
with your folks and
Oh
you'd
yeah.
always get the little
Yep.
thing of sweet tarts yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I don't think they do that anymore.
No,
ATM machines ought to have a slot to hand out
they
those
should.
Right.
Smarties.
All that
There's
free stuff's gone away from
yeah,
banks.
somebody missed something there. Oh
Man.
wow. Well, awesome getting to visit with you guys. Those
Yeah.
shows we talked about, you can find all that on springcreekmodeltrains.com.
Yes,
That
sir.
the posting of shows that are coming up. And
Mhm.
again, the Rapido locomotives, all the HO stuff is
All
on the
the
website now.
all the Rapido HO products is getting
Within a
that
day
we
or
have in
two.
stock here should be up hopefully by the
Wow.
end of this is Thursday, so hopefully by the end of Friday.
Yeah. So it's
Awesome,
pretty
awesome.
exciting to be seeing that. And we'll try to highlight some stuff for you guys. So if you got
Yeah.
anything, hit us up. Send us a Facebook Messenger like, hey, do you got this or highlight this on one of your videos, right? Mom and I are just doing like little 1 minute, 2 minute videos that we're going to post out there of
Oh,
different
cool.
things Jeff's got. So if try to highlight it, try to show that the amount of stuff, right, as we're walking around showing a specific item. So
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah,
Very
be on the
cool.
lookout for those.
yep, and then I think we might do a little thing with the tunnel motors too. So
Oh yeah.
we'll see if
Try
we get
to
that done
try to do something.
next week.
Very cool. Boy, they're beautiful. They are fantastic.
They
If you've not bought one, I know they're going to sell quick. So get a call into Spring
Yeah.
Creek because
Yep.
boy, they're nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
And for those of you that had the Intermountain one, which was a good one, don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
I think you're going to be happy with these.
Oh,
Trying to get me to
absolutely.
trade mine in. So that's
I am. I am.
all right.
Awesome.
Thanks,
Awesome.
Tony.
Thanks,
Tony,
guys.
thank you for your time.
Have a great one. We'll talk to you later.
All
You too.
right. See you.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.